afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4.
It's Friday.
Kind of a chilly day out there.
Yeah, it is.
But we'll get to the weather in just a second. Topping our headlines today, we continue to celebrate Earth Week as political reporter Will Keneally shows us how it's changed Wisconsin politics.
The Supreme Court is hearing a case concerning a commonly used abortion pill. The nation is waiting for a ruling.
And a local school gets a green ribbon from the Department of Education. We'll tell you what the award is and why they got it. Let's take a look outside. Not a bad day. I mean, it's a little chilly. The wind today, though, was something to deal with. Meteorologist Jacob Montesano is over in the Weather Center. We welcome you again to News 3 Now, Jacob.
Hi, Jacob.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and although it was chilly today, we're actually going to see even colder temperatures over the weekend. Right now, across Dane County, we're mostly around 50 degrees. But if we zoom further out off to the west, we are seeing temperatures in the 40s and even upper 30s. During the overnight hours, those temperatures will move closer to Madison. Now, taking a look at the temperature change over the last 24 hours, it was actually a fairly nice day yesterday. And so if we look at the temperature change, some places are over 20 degrees colder than this time yesterday. And tomorrow, we may even see temperatures over 10 degrees colder than today. There are freeze warnings and freeze watches in effect just to the south of our area across portions of Illinois, Iowa, and other central states. The other thing we've been dealing with today is it has been a little bit breezy, and current wind speeds are a little calmer than what they were during the afternoon. A lot of the area between 10 to 20 miles per hour. But looking at the wind gusts, some places are up above 30 miles per hour, especially to the southwest of Madison over near Platteville and Dubuque. Now, current radar is mostly clear for Madison, at least clear from any precipitation. But off to the north and west, we are seeing some light rain and snow, and that will impact our area tomorrow. But taking a look at this evening's forecast, we are going to see the temperatures drop to around 38 degrees by midnight. By tomorrow morning, they're actually going to be close to freezing, and overnight for the weekend, the temperatures are going to continue to drop. Now, the details coming up a little bit later in the show.
All right, Jacob, thank you. See you in a few minutes. Well, tomorrow marks Earth Day, a global day of celebration with roots here in Wisconsin.
Former Wisconsin Senator Gaylord Nelson was instrumental in creating the holiday. But how is that tradition continued in Wisconsin policy? Political reporter Will Keneally is here with more. Will?
That's right. So we're in the middle of the budget season in the state capitol right now, deep in debate over things like tax policy and which pot of money goes where. But environmental advocates say that that shouldn't preclude talking about the everyday things that still really matter, like the quality of the air that we breathe and water that we drink.
You know, I think it's common for people to think about environmental issues and feel overwhelmed, right? Because they're so big. How do we fix Wisconsin's water problems? How do we fix air pollution or climate change?
Her recommendation, stay engaged. As we're working through the budget season right now, she says, remember that lawmakers work for you. And there are some specifics that Clean Wisconsin is working on in terms of water quality, working with a coalition that could draw broad-based support. And we'll have more on that coming up tonight at 5.
We will see you at 5. Will, thank you. Due to the weather and the potential for high winds tomorrow that Jacob was talking about, the Henry Vilas Zoo is rescheduling its popular Party for the Planet event until Saturday, May 20th. So
it's ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, mark your calendar from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It was supposed to happen on April 22nd. Party for the Planet is a yearly event where the zoo teams up with volunteers from the Dane County Regional Arborist Group, and they offer tree climbing in some of the mature oak trees on the zoo grounds. Well, the potential for high winds makes tree climbing a little precarious, so that is why the event was moved.
Well, former Wisconsin Badger wide receiver Quintus Cephas has been released by the Detroit Lions after being suspended indefinitely by the NFL for betting on games. Cephas was one of 3 players the NFL suspended today for betting. He will be suspended at least through the entire 2023 season after the league found they bet on NFL games last year. Cephas played for 3 seasons for the Badgers but was suspended for the 2018 season after being accused and charged with 2 counts of sexual assault. Cephas was eventually found not guilty of those charges and was allowed to return to the university.
The statewide tornado drill that was originally scheduled for yesterday happened this afternoon due to the possibility of severe weather. Wisconsin emergency management officials say the decision was made to avoid any confusion when the severe weather affected us yesterday. Now, you may have heard the drill. The first drill was at 1:45 this afternoon, and you'll hear another one coming up tonight at 6:45. The Supreme Court has a self-imposed deadline of midnight tonight to decide the fate of an abortion pill.
Its first major questions on the abortion issue since overturning Roe v. Wade last year. Willie James Inman has more from the Supreme Court.
A handful of anti-abortion demonstrators held up signs outside the Supreme Court as the justices consider whether to keep a commonly used abortion pill available nationwide.
We're here because we care about the outcome of this decision.
Earlier this month, Judge Matthew Kaczmarek, a Trump appointee, blocked the FDA's approval of mifepristone, pulling one of two drugs used in medication abortions from the market. An appeals court later voted the FDA's approval of the pill should stand, but imposed tighter rules on how the drug is prescribed and dispensed. The White House says it is prepared to continue to fight for abortion rights no matter how the justices rule. Democrats are also waging a battle in Congress, trying to make access to abortion the law of the land, but they've made little headway.
We are in control, quote unquote, of the Senate by 2 votes on a good day, where the Republicans control the House of Representatives. The notion of a legislative fix doesn't reflect the political reality of the Congress that we're facing.
Republican-controlled houses passed national abortion bans in 2013, 2015, and 2017.
The House will be in order,
but say they're not trying to do so again this year.
It works through committee. The Supreme Court has made that decision. It goes to the states. The states will take up that issue.
The issue is already front and center for many headed into the 2024 campaign. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
And Florida is the most recent state to pass new abortion laws.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a potential GOP candidate for president, signed a 6-week abortion ban into law last week. Students across Florida protested Governor DeSantis' education policies that they say target minority programs. High school students in Fort Myers walked out of class today as part of a protest against a bill to overhaul higher education in Florida. College students in Orlando also took part. Governor DeSantis' proposal includes eliminating diversity programs, banning gender studies majors, and weakening tenure protection for professors.
We're not going to be able to learn history. Being able to learn history is so important so that we don't repeat it.
But DeSantis isn't backing down. He says diversity, equity, and inclusion is really about imposing an ideological agenda on students. DeSantis has positioned himself as a culture warrior for his Republican base, attacking what he calls woke culture as he gears up for a likely presidential bid.
Today, the Department of Health and Services launched a new tool to find out how many children are getting lead poisoning in your area. The Wisconsin Childhood Lead Poisoning Data Explorer. The interactive map in the Data Explorer shows childhood lead poisoning data for Wisconsin children under the age of 6. The Department of Housing and Urban Development estimates that 30% of all households in the Midwest have a significant lead-based hazard.
In 2022, Black children had a lead poisoning rate of 6.5%, but white children had a lead poisoning rate of 1.6%. Compared to white children who were tested for lead in 2022, Black children had 4 times greater odds of being lead poisoned.
To visit the new Lead Safe Wisconsin dashboard, go to dhs.wisconsin.gov/lead.
Well, on the eve of Earth Day, a local school is receiving some national recognition. Forest Edge Elementary School is being recognized by the Department of Education as a green ribbon school for its effort to minimize its carbon footprint. The school has more than 1,700 solar panels, geothermal wells, smart windows, and green roof ledges. The U.S. Department of Education Green Ribbon School has physically positioned itself as a study in conservation.
Our school has tried really hard to involve our kids in all parts of keeping our sustainable efforts. We have kids aware of our design, our geothermal site, our solar power, but we've taken it one step further and done some day-to-day things where we have a compost club Those kids are working in the cafeteria to train little ones about composting.
Congratulations to everyone at Forest Edge Elementary for being named a 2023 Green Ribbon School.
Well deserved. Yeah. Well, still to come at 4, in conjunction with Madison Magazine, we're looking at schools and active shooter drills.
When we come back, what effect are those drills having on our students? Our Chris Stanford looks into that when Live at 4 continues.
Heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance on all 2023 Silverado pickups with a turbo high-output engine. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Team, I need a volunteer. We need promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes promotional product success easy. For high-quality items, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. Well, the hills are alive with color in parts of the western U.S.
After years of drought, a rare super bloom of flowers is happening. Orange, yellow, and purple wildflowers, creating what's known as a super bloom, are blanketing fields and valleys, a sight so spectacular thousands are flocking to capture it. The record amount of rain and snow that fell on California at the beginning of the year not only eased a dire 3-year drought, it made conditions ripe for millions of dormant seeds to sprout.
This is like once in a decade bloom that happens, and we're driving in here from San Francisco to see this place. This is just wild. I mean, it's just beautiful.
The last big bloom was 2019. That's when parks and trails in California and Arizona saw a massive influx of visitors. Officials expect this year to be no different. One California city has closed its canyon to avoid chaos and preserve the flowers. Experts are asking visitors enjoy by looking but not touching, so don't doom the bloom.
Let's take a road trip, Mark. Look at
spectacular.
that. That's something. Wrexham, owned by actors Ryan Reynolds and Bob McElhaney, will be hoping to gain automatic promotion to the English Football League tomorrow. Reynolds of Deadpool fame and McElhaney, the creator and star of the sitcom It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, bought the club in 2021, saying they had a Cinderella-like dream to steer the team into England's top flight. Sounds like Ted Lasso a little bit.
It sure does.
I
wonder where they got the idea.
The team's fortunes and the efforts of its owners are being tracked by a documentary series available on Hulu. It's called Welcome to Wrexham.
On Wall Street, stocks finished the day higher, but the week lower. The Dow Industrials added 22 points, ending the week at 33,808. The Nasdaq was up 12. The S&P 500 tacked on 3 3/4. Well, today we have a special project in collaboration with Madison Magazine. Their cover story this month is on active shooter drills and the toll they extract from students.
It's opening readers' eyes to the trauma that even a drill can induce. Our Chris Stanford brings you the story from the page to the screen.
The article's title, "This is Just a Drill." Is this just a drill? In it, students open up about their anxiety, fear, and panic they experience in the wake of school shootings. But as they reveal their vulnerability, they're also taking action.
My name is Brooke Banley. I'm a graduate of Sun Prairie High School and currently attend UW-Eau Claire. I was a sophomore in high school. It was a typical day when suddenly, evacuate immediately. My first thought was that this was real, this was happening. For Brooke and her classmates, there was no thought but to flee. Fight or flight kicked in for me. Everyone's getting up and running, and I'm getting up and running. You're not really thinking, it's just instinct.
I just want them to listen to the students. My name is Jeff Aloysia. I'm a contributing writer at Madison Magazine. The story is about active shooter drills in K-12 schools. At what cost are we doing the drills to students? Is this a reasonable reaction to what is essentially an insane situation?
Why do you call it insane?
These shootings keep happening, and we don't seem to be doing anything about it.
I'm Eileen Carney. I'm a senior at Madison East High School, and I'm an organizer with March for Our Lives. I absolutely think there is a cost. I think that lockdown drills have created so much trauma for students. I'm always thinking to myself, am I next? Is it me this time? It's almost as if people are telling us that this is inevitable and that they expect us to face violence sometime in our lives so that we have to prepare for it.
There's a picture for the story.
Eileen is holding a magic 8-ball that she found in her actual classroom. And she's holding it because students, in some schools at least, have been taught in the event of an active shooter situation to grab whatever they can in the classroom.
Is that true? Like they ask you to grab something, an object, to defend yourselves?
Yeah, absolutely. That is a statement that we have been hearing since we were young.
We're asking students to save their own lives. When we're asking someone who's holding an 8-ball to go up against someone who has an AR-15, who has a weapon of war.
I have mixed feelings about the picture because it was a hard one to take, but it's also so powerful because it shows our readers exactly what this experience is, especially for readers who might not have as much experience in lockdown drills.
It's sad to read an experience that caused me so much trauma, but also know there's so many people who have experienced so much worse. I worry about how many kids go to school each day afraid. And it just pains me because it's like, it feels like there's more that can be done.
I think that the solution falls a lot on politicians. I got involved in March for Our Lives after the shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. In 2020, I founded a chapter at my high school of March for Our Lives. Seeing all of the people that we have lost to gun violence and that there are clear steps to prevent that from happening, but yet we haven't taken a lot of them.
I met with a group of students who are the student safety ambassadors. They basically created a program to allow the students to have some agency in the process of creating school safety initiatives.
What made you want to get involved with this initiative at Sun Prairie?
At the root of it, I felt a lot of anger.
It just seems like we're asking them to fix it, and they shouldn't be the ones who have to lead on this.
I was bringing up in our homeroom classes, these are the questions I have. these are the things I don't feel are answered, or this is what I wish was being done.
They really want a better country. They want a better school life. They want a better future for themselves and also for the kids who come after them.
Consider what it feels like to be a student or to be an educator in a school in today's society, in today's world, what that feels like. The purpose of school is to learn and to teach. And we should be doing whatever it takes to make sure that can happen without students and teachers being afraid for their lives.
This generation is often called Generation Lockdown. Some of their parents were in high school when Columbine happened. There have been 377 school shootings since. For News 3 Now, I'm Chris Stanford.
Boy, it's a different time.
Very powerful, and you can read much more about it in the current issue of Madison Magazine and on Channel 3000.
Well, every small town in Wisconsin has at least one cafe.
Cross Plains is no exception, except one cafe there is now getting some national attention. We'll have that for you coming up after Jacob's Weekend Forecast.
Furniture and Appliance Mart is hosting a massive appliance blowout. Dishwashers start at $11 a month. Refrigerators start at $12 a month. And washer and dryer pairs start at $18 a month. Plus 72 months special financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Known as a passionate artist, known for loving the outdoors, known for getting everyone together. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer, FDA approved for 16 types of cancer, including certain early-stage cancers. One of those cancers is triple-negative breast cancer. Keytruda may be used with chemotherapy medicines as treatment before surgery, and then continued alone after surgery when you have early-stage breast cancer and are at high risk of it coming back.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
Keytruda is an immunotherapy and is also being studied in hundreds of clinical trials exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true, Keytruda from Merck. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it. 4imprint for certain.
Ashley is hosting a massive inventory blowout sale. Get guaranteed lowest prices on furniture and mattresses and save even more on clearance items. Plus, low monthly payments with no money down and free delivery in 3 days or less. Only at Ashley.
Well, take a look at this. A mother duck decided to give her chicks a tour of the Clear Creek Elementary School in Springboro, Ohio. Mom is no stranger to the school. For the past 5 years, she's made the school's sensory garden home. She uses the outdoor garden space to build nests, lay her eggs. The garden is free of predators, so it's a perfect place to start a family.
Listen to them. Aren't they funny?
The school's occupational therapist believes the soothing sound of the wind chimes keep her babies calm at night. This year, the school relocated Mom and her 12 ducklings to a wooded space behind the school to give them a less confined space.
Oh, this is one reason. This is my favorite time of the year.
I put these in for Susan.
Oh, I love these videos. And I'm always looking for them, driving around now.
Yeah, be careful out there.
I have to ask, did they just like let the door open for the ducks so they could just walk through the school?
They're inside the building in this garden, so they had to get them outside to go and be ducks.
I'd let them walk right through the newsroom. I'd open the door. Remember the turkeys in the back? Everyone's, don't open the door.
Well, the turkeys can cause a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a little different. That's a little different, right?
A little cool out there.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool weekend.
Good for the ducks, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be even colder than what it was today. I'll have the details coming up right after the break.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. Thanks for being there when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs. Toyota, let's go places.
Family is just very important. She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy been treated in my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
If your house was cold this winter, it's going to be hot this summer. And now's the time to get your home more energy efficient. It's National Insulation Month, and we're celebrating by giving you savings of $2,000. And just in time before you get those big summer electric bills. Spring's booking quickly, so don't wait to insulate. Call now and save up to $2,000 during National Insulation Month.
USA Insulation.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. Thanks for being there when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs. Toyota, let's go places.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Now, we still have some flood warnings in effect across the Wisconsin River and the Mississippi River. They will stay into effect until April 28th. But the good news is that we aren't expecting to see a ton of rainfall over the next couple of days. So hopefully conditions improve in these locations. Now, here are the 3 things that you do need to know for the next couple days. It's going to be very chilly over the weekend. Some light showers and maybe even some light snow showers are possible. Not going to see anything too significant. And the breezy weather is expected to continue as well. Now, here's a look at the low temperatures for the overnight hours. We're going to be in the lower 30s. Some parts of the area may even get to freezing, which is 32 degrees. And there also will be some light snow to the northwest, but the snow likely won't impact Madison until the morning hours. But high temperatures aren't going to rise all too much. We'll see highs in the lower 40s. We could even see highs in the upper 30s for some isolated locations, but in general, we're still going to be well below average for this time of year. And today is actually the first day that the average high is supposed to be in the 60s. Now, we're mostly dry right now. We are going to be relatively dry throughout the night. But then, as I mentioned, once we get to the morning hours, we're going to see that snow move into our area. We're not expected to see any accumulation, maybe a dusting on some grassy surfaces, but this will not be a big deal. And then the rain or the snow will turn into some rain showers in the afternoon, could be mixed in the afternoon as the temperatures start to warm up a bit. Then as we get into Sunday, we're going to clear out just a bit, but in general, we're going to remain partly to mostly cloudy. Sunday morning especially, we're going to see cold temperatures with lows potentially at freezing. And Sunday in terms of temperatures will be very similar with highs in the 40s. Now taking a look at the future wind gusts, we're also going to be dealing with them over the weekend. Tomorrow we are going to see wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour once again. And then Sunday we're going to continue to see the windy weather, but overall it's not going to be too bad by the time we get to Sunday. It will slowly get better for next week, but there also is some breezy weather expected throughout the week as well. So here's a look at the overnight forecast, or rather tomorrow's forecast. We'll see highs in the 40s, mixed precipitation. The snow will likely be in the morning, and then by the time we get to the afternoon, we'll see mix of rain and snow. And then for your Sunday, temperatures will be pretty similar with highs in the mid-40s, but we're not really going to see any precipitation. We are going to continue to see breezy weather, though, as winds will be around 8 to 15 miles per hour. Now, looking at the next 6 to 10 days, we are going to stay relatively cool, not quite as cold as it will be over the weekend. But if we look at the 10-day temperature forecast, we're going to struggle to get to the 60s next week, and the average high by the end of next week will be around 64. We'll be closer to that 64 than we will be towards the earlier portions of the week, but still relatively below average over the next several days. And here's a look at the 7 to 10 day forecast. We are going to be relatively dry for much of next week until the end of next week. Once those temperatures warm up, we are going to see a few chances of storms and even maybe some severe weather, but right now it's very hard to tell. Overall, though, for much of the work week, it's going to be relatively calm with high temperatures in the mid-50s, so below average, with only some small chances of rain, a greater chance of rain by the time we get to Friday. So after Saturday, we're going to be mostly dry until Friday with a small chance Tuesday. So although the temperatures are going to be a bit colder than what we expect compared to the average, we're not going to see a ton of rainfall. And when the sun's shining, it's not going to be too bad. Some little breezy weather throughout the week, but overall relatively calm.
A spring cleaning weekend.
That's a good one.
Exactly.
Inside.
Good idea.
The good news is that this will likely be the coldest weekend until the fall. At least that'd be my guess.
That's good.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Yeah.
All right,
Don't jinx us.
Jacob, thank you.
Thanks, Jacob.
When you're at the local breakfast diner, everybody's a friend or family member, even the individuals you haven't even met yet.
That is very true at the Vessel Cafe in Cross Plains. Brady Mallory joins us to tell us more. Hi, Brady.
Hello. Well, the owners want to serve your favorite homemade comfort foods and keep their restaurant small, even though some national recognition is putting the Vessel on the big stage.
Vessel sandwich, plain bagel.
Yes, thank you.
No matter how you slice it, it's hard to beat a good breakfast sandwich. And not much can stack up against a good short stack.
You got the double stack.
You'll find all of these staples of a good meal at one of these tables. But if you ask Sean and Crystal Williams, their food is a vessel for something greater.
Community is just really important.
That's a guiding principle that fills the Vessel Cafe in Cross Plains.
I am a people person, and I like to talk to everybody that sits at our table. Doing okay with coffee? You've been here before, right? And then we had 2 twins at the end.
The Williams want it to be a place where friends and family can just be together and talk.
They get all their news in the morning from here. Hey, what's going on? The weather, you know, this and that.
Vessel opened 2 years ago. Crystal grew up in Cross Plains, and when she and her husband Sean were visiting from the West Coast, they decided to move back. But they noticed the community needed a local breakfast hub with family recipes and an emphasis on local ingredients.
Like all the cookies from scratch and muffins and breads and all the homemade soups we make from scratch.
That's Crystal's mom, Sheila Lumen, who taught Crystal everything she knows about cooking. These days, though,
I can give her a little bit more lip than I could another employee because she's my mom.
Well, and it sounds like you cooked a lot with her, so she was the boss in the kitchen. Now you're bossing her around?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a family affair for sure. And just when it seemed like things couldn't be going better, they all found out the Vessel is among America's best.
That's really humbling. It makes me feel proud of what I've been doing.
America's Best Restaurants gave the Vessel Cafe the big honor and will feature the Cross Plains Eatery on its show. Sean says the national spotlight is already a bright spot.
I got people coming up every day and going, I didn't even know you were here, and I live in town. amazes me, you know? We definitely feel the love in this town for us.
Now that the secret is out, Lumen can't wait for others to see what Cross Plains is all about.
We have needed this for quite a while, so it's nice to see this happening.
So the big question, will being America's best change the small town family vibe of this place? Not a chance. The Williams say the national recognition is nice, but it's just another vessel to keep setting a table for the community.
If you just keep serving good food, keep your head to the ground, and keep focused on what you're trying to do, you don't lose that family touch. You just get a bigger family.
You can find out more information about the Vessel Cafe, its food, and the hours under this story on channel3000.com. America's Best had already been there to film it. I asked the owners when the episode will air. They're not sure yet, probably in a few more weeks, so we'll update everyone when that happens.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah.
That's great. Now everybody knows where it is.
And we got to go get there. We got to go there before it airs on national TV.
Yeah, good point.
I asked them about that. I said, you know, big honor, but are you worried? And they're like, well, we're going to do our best to keep it how it is. So.
Road trip, well, Cross Plains, what, 20 minutes?
I'll get the car going.
All right, good enough. Thank you, Brady.
Thanks, Brady.
Coming up next year on Live, before we visit the Colosseum in Rome to see artifacts on display in converted market stalls.
And then coming up next hour at 5, we speak to the parents of a wife who died right after her husband's funeral. Our Tahalil Moeddin will have that story coming up at 5.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhafels. Tempur-Pedics are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. Right now, you can get a Queen Tempur-Pedic mattress with an adjustable base for just $58 per month when you use Steinhafels' special 72-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance on all 2023 Silverado pickups with a turbo high-output engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Ready to feel what it's like when you can do more with less asthma? It's possible with Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Are you in? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
New at 5, Wisconsin is looking to take green to a new level. How proposed eco-friendly bills could help you reduce the energy used in your home.
A chilly, quiet, and breezy weekend is on tap, but we could see some showers for the area. We'll break down everything you need to know tonight at 5.
And ahead at 6, just hours after her husband's funeral, a Wisconsin woman dies. How the family is coping with the devastating double blow. That's tonight at 6.
Well, giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up Santa Monica, the beach.
It is a beautiful day there today, 76 degrees.
Perfect.
Just perfect.
Let's go.
Not a cloud in the sky.
Well, thousands of objects that didn't find space in a new museum in the Colosseum, Archaeological Park in Rome, are now on display in converted market stalls.
Archaeologists will give private tours there. Barbie Nadeau has the story.
Under the shadow of the Roman Colosseum, millions of people immerse themselves in ancient Roman history each year. Here in Rome, museum curators are spoiled for choice. What do you do with 500 Roman-era coins? With limited space in the site's new museum, the Colosseum is trying a new hands-on approach. Warehouses and storage facilities brimming with artifacts are currently open to visitors. These former shops and market stalls have been converted into temporary museum space to hold the leftover artifacts that didn't quite fit into a new museum that opened in 2021. Until the end of July, 8 visitors at a time can reserve a special tour guided by an archaeologist who will let them hold these important historical finds, many of which have not been on display in 30 years. In this way, the people have direct contact with the ancient culture and materials, archaeologist Roberto Alteri says. After that, their fate is unknown. The popular pieces will upgrade to the museum, and the rest will go back to collecting dust in the warehouse. Alfonsina Russo, the director of the Colosseum Archaeological Park, says she hopes the project gives people a better understanding of daily life in ancient Rome. These artifacts tell the story of daily life, how they carried out activities, and above all, to bring these objects that would otherwise have remained hidden in our warehouses. She also hopes other historical sites open up their warehouses to let people see all history has to offer and to bring the past into focus. Barbie Nadeau, CNN, Rome.
We've been to Rome.
I have.
It's just overwhelming.
It is overwhelming.
There's so much.
Yep.
So much.
What an opportunity to get a private tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yourself.
Well, they're creepy and they're kooky. They are the Addams Family.
And the Broadway musical of the show hits the stage at Sun Prairie East High School this weekend. Excuse me.
We'll go center stage. Check it out.
Thank you, Mark.
When we come back.
When Live at 4 continues.
Sight for sore eyes, my dear, after a long, cold winter. I know, aren't we ready for spring? Lisa Briggs is ready for spring. The Bruce Company is ready to have you come in here and beautify your space. Now, just get me started. There's some things we need to make spring, like, ready to go.
I know plants are easy to buy because they're beautiful and they're easy to pick out, but you're gonna need some tools. So let's start with a good pair of gloves. Super important.
Buy some good gloves. The ones from last year, I'm sure they have holes in them. They're in your garage, you don't want those. Buy a new pair.
My knees are getting older, so a nice kneeling pad will help out immensely.
Really nice.
And it's pretty too.
I like this. This will save your knees. Yes.
And you're gonna need some gardening tools because I lose my trowel every year. So we've got some nice, a garden trowel for digging.
Trowel, small
and
shovel.
a garden fork for weeding.
Love it.
Yep.
Basically weeds itself.
Yes. And if your thumb is less than perfectly green, we've got some ever-blooming, never need watering garden art.
It's a great backup, but come in here, come and get the beautiful flowers and just put these out as well. For people who are looking just for some advice, really, they should utilize your amazing staff.
Absolutely. Our staff has years and years of accumulated knowledge, and stop at the plant desk and we'll get you started and get you on the road to gardening success.
I love it. You know what? I'm glad you didn't have any more tricks up your sleeve over there because I'm running out of room.
Okay. I don't want you to drop anything.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Glad to be back here. Come into the Bruce Company. For Lisa Briggs, I'm Emmy Fink, and you are buzzed into, do you remember?
Madison.
Madison. Cheers, darling.
Did you know that Wisconsin Vision offers telehealth eye exams? I just scheduled my telehealth eye exam easily on their website. Once in store, a tech helps get me started and then pre-checks my eyes. See my eye on the screen? Then I have my telehealth eye exam virtually with a licensed optometrist on the TV.
Everything looks great, Kate. You're going to love your new prescription.
Ask us about our $59 eye exam. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
All right, team. We got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint, for certain.
Well, it's time now for your first warn traffic. Not seeing too many issues. There is a disabled vehicle westbound on the Beltline near Verona Road, but it's not causing too much backup. Overall, though, we're not really seeing any major incidents. This includes down south to Janesville, 75 northbound on 39, 70 southbound on 39, and also north of Madison as we look towards the Dells. We are seeing 70 miles per hour on 90. So overall, not seeing too many issues as far as within the Madison area. Eastbound University Avenue and westbound both around 15, 16 minutes. Southbound Sun Prairie to downtown also seeing at 18 minutes. So not seeing any traffic issues right now, and that's your first warn traffic. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Jacob, thank you. A man in Boulder, Colorado has an estimated 5 garages and 3 semis full of collectibles. He secured these items over several years from yard sales. Joel Hartling had an exhibit at the Boulder Public Library for all to see. He does not identify as a hoarder, but he calls himself a nostalgiaist. He loves the past and is trying to preserve it. There's a documentary in the making about him right now. I would say
nostalgia.
I would say hoarder. Yeah. I would say hoarder. Well, Broadway comes to Sun Prairie East High School this weekend, and next,
the students are performing The Addams Family, the Broadway musical. Let's go center stage and check it out.
And let us celebrate what it is to be an Addams. Come to me, my luscious wife. Oh, she have skin so pale, eyes so black, and dress cut down to Venezuela. And tell us what it is that every Addams hopes for.
Darkness and grief and unspeakable sorrow.
I love it when you talk sexy. When you're an Addams, you need to have a little moonlight.
I auditioned, I think, initially for Gomez. He just seemed like a really fun character. I'm normally blonde playing those characters. And this is a very fun step away from that.
Have to put some poison in your day.
That's the way when you're an Addams.
We have a really great cast. My Morticia, Lita, she's really fun to bounce off of. And I just think there's a lot of talent in this cast.
It starts with, I talk to my dad, Gomez, and I'm like, I need to tell you something. And I reveal that I'm engaged to this boy named Lucas. And then Lucas is introduced and his family's introduced, and I truly just want the families to meet and get along and see what's gonna happen, and chaos ensues, and she really wants to see who she's gonna fit in with and who she wants to follow the lead of, her family or Lucas's family.
The opening starts when the family opens up the crypt for a long time in a while, and all the ancestors are let out, and so you kind of see them excited to be out of the crypt, and then in a little bit you find out that they're stuck on this side of the crypt until Wednesday and Lucas, who she falls in love with in the show, ultimately fall in love. So they're stuck. They have to help the plot along by helping them fall in love. So you see that throughout the show.
Once torn asunder, down 6 feet under, we get together here.
Before coming to our show, I think someone should know they're going to have a lot of fun sitting in our theater. They're going to laugh, they're going to feel like melancholy about some of the moments in our show. Some of our songs are quite sad, and some of them are upbeat and crazy, and it's a bit of everything that theater has to offer, and I think that everyone would enjoy it.
I wonder if Thing is in it.
Sure he is.
The Addams Family, Sun Prairie Performing Arts Center weekends, this weekend and next weekend. Tickets go to app.arts-people.com.
And we'll have the links on Channel 3000 as well. That's easier to remember.
That would be easier to remember. And we'll have a final check your forecast coming up.
Furniture and Appliance Mart is hosting a massive appliance blowout. Dishwashers start at $11 a month. Refrigerators start at $12 a month. And washer and dryer pairs start at $18 a month. Plus 72 months special financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
Made with American biofuels, E15 saves drivers money, reduces emissions, and creates jobs in rural communities. Last year, when gas prices were spiking, President Biden extended summer sales of E15 and saved drivers nearly $1 per gallon in some areas. We can't afford higher gas prices this summer. We need the Biden administration to act again. Tell Senator Baldwin that President Biden must protect access to E15 and extend savings at the pump.
Team, I need a volunteer. We need promotional products.
I'm on it.
4imprint makes promotional product success easy. For high-quality items, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Ashley is hosting a massive inventory blowout sale. Get guaranteed lowest prices on furniture and mattresses and save even more on clearance items. Plus, low monthly payments with no money down and free delivery in 3 days or less. Only at Ashley.
Aiming to make Wisconsin streets safer, the Senate approves a new bill. The pioneer behind the initiative explains the law's goal. And ahead of Earth Day, we look at 2 environmental initiatives for becoming a greener Wisconsin. How this could impact your home, coming up at 5. News 3 Now is taking action to find and deliver the news stories that matter where you live.
Taking action to uncover the truth, getting answers, and finding solutions that can make an impact in your life and our community where we all live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Here's one final look at your forecast. Temperatures tomorrow are going to be even colder than today, with high temperatures only in the 40s. There is going to be some light snow early in the day, and then later in the day, it'll be more mixed. Temperature-wise, Sunday will unfortunately be similar, with highs only in the mid-40s. We're going to be partly cloudy, partly sunny, though, so we're not going to see quite as much rain or snow. And then temperatures will slowly warm up next week, struggling to get to the 60s. And as a whole, though, it is going to remain below average. Relatively dry, though, until we get to the end of the week, where we could see some showers and storms Friday through Sunday.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Tomorrow, or Monday, here on Live at 4, we'll check out the weekend box office with our film critic, Will Loper.
And we'll check out the all-new Mazda CX-90 3-row seating SUV. Mark will go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs, coming up Monday on Live at 4.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. It's providing guidance after a serious accident. From the first phone call, we're by your side, helping with the important decisions. Not just for your medical care, but for your family's peace of mind. The Lawton Cates team combines experience and genuine compassion because we know how much is at stake, and we're dedicated to ensuring you can heal and move forward. At Lawton Cates, your life counts. Call today for a free consultation.
For back pain, I've always been a take two and call in the morning guy. But my new doctor recommended Salonpas. Without another pill upsetting my stomach, I get powerful, effective, and safe relief. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Are record high energy and water costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you may not ask for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to be without heat, water, or power. For a hand up, apply today.
Recent hailstorms in your neighborhood may have caused damage to your roof. Don't let fly-by-night, out-of-the-state, inexperienced roofers rip you off. Who should you trust to fix your roof and do it right? Fry Construction. For more than 20 years, Fry Construction and Home Improvement has continued to earn the trust of area homeowners. And when the roof over your family is damaged, we jump into action. After all, we're your neighbor too. Call Fry Construction and Home Improvement now to get your free hail inspection.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Pick and Save, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Well, Louie and Oliver have found a wide variety of critters this week.
It's been a busy week for the News Hounds, so let's roll this week's edition of the News Hounds.
Here's the News Hounds, Louie and Oliver, with their World News Roundup.
This week on the News Hounds, a dangling gibbon.
Some hungry devils.
And ants beware.
But first, the San Diego Zoo is celebrating the birth of twin Amur leopards, one of the world's most endangered species. The zoo says fewer than 300 of the big cats are estimated to exist on Earth. The twins were born several weeks ago and have just emerged from their birthing den with their mother, Satka. Zoo officials say the time in the den allows the cubs to bond with their mother, and both appear to be healthy. The cubs will be named after they get a full vet exam and their sex can be determined.
A baby anteater has been born at the Chester Zoo in England. Cameras captured the birth of the baby, which is yet to be named. The baby is only the third anteater to have been born in captivity at the zoo in its 93-year history. The young pup expected to ride on its mother's back for the first 10 months of its life.
Two Tasmanian devil joeys from the Australian Reptile Park in New South Wales enjoyed a meaty treat for their first birthday. The two, Vegemite and Toast, enjoyed a meat cake of kangaroo meat, fresh eggs, and sardines. Vegemite and Toast arrived at the park from the Aussie Ark breeding program shortly after they were born in April of last year and have been hand-raised by keepers ever since.
And finally, a baby gibbon was spotted hanging out on its mom, Maya, at the San Diego Zoo earlier this month. The zoo says gibbons are acrobatic animals and spend the majority of their life in the forest canopy and can travel up to 35 miles an hour, swinging up to 50 feet in a single leap. Hang on, little one.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds Now Update.
Good job, guys. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.